So feel free to introduce yourself to everyone. Let them know what you do.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm YandereTotodile. Some of you guys see me in her chat every so often when I'm awake and not dead. Um, I read through a lot of VNs and cover anime. Uh, June is a big month for me as a Higurashi fan, as that's the month that the series occurs in. And last year we started a online fan event to kind of get people in the fandom and creators together to help celebrate the series. And this is our second year doing it. And we're branching out from our small group to more people and hopefully growing beyond that. And we have currently like an art challenge that people do. We have some actually like really interesting art for some of our prompts this year. And that is with the tag up there, Matsuri 2024, held by certain art pieces that we'll talk about later, made by Kitten.
uh-huh.
Um, so yeah, if you want to introduce yourself to your chat and potentially mine.
Well, I'm Kitten. I'm a VTuber. I mostly do art, and I sometimes play video games. Um, I made Totodile's profile picture, and I got into Higurashi when I was really young. So I'm not a hardcore fan that's been following it for ages. And I was just excited to join this event because I was very nervous, thinking, oh my god, I have to be so prepared with all the Higurashi facts, have collections. But Toro was really nice, and everyone who's in on this project as well. So I'm just here to present more the casual side of watching Higurashi.
That's something we'll talk about
And,
in some of your questions, is kind of the importance
oh,
of casual fandoms and fans. So,
oh,
yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
oh, it's fine. I had the option to know what questions I got, but I want Torel to surprise me, have it a bit like a natural little conversation going. Because I know interviews always tend to like be very fun and get off topic easily.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully
I don't
not
want to be
6
too
hours.
prepared. Oh, but I'm excited. I'm really excited. And I think I'm your first VTuber.
You are.
Haha.
Unless we want to count the chibis that were used, but no, this is first like legit VTuber I've had on and collabed with, and I'm hoping to bring more on in future years, like Rin and Chet next year, and I have a few others in mind too.
Oh, I would love that. This is just showing that 2D waifus are real. We can
True.
interact with the flesh world now.
um, so I guess next, since we've done our introductions, uh, what kind of other interests outside of Higurashi do you have? Meaning like other
Oh.
series or in general interests?
There's a lot of interest that I do have. I'm really into detective stuff. I love Detective Conan, Ace Attorney, um, Veronica Mars is something I've recently started watching, which is something that probably Americans know about more than anyone else. Because it used to be a really popular show, I've heard. Um, I wanted to be a detective when I was a kid until I learned you have to look at dead bodies, and I was too scared. And that also kind of ties back into Higurashi because there's like a big mystery going on in the back that's not hinted at immediately, which I really like. So it kind of ties together. Um, I'm also really into romance books. You know, that's a guilty pleasure of mine. Of course, anime and rigging VTuber models. It's kind of hobby, job and hobby. I also studied acting for a bit, which a lot of people don't know about. So that's a fun fact.
Oh, interesting.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know much about voice acting though, but it is a branch that some of my friends have picked, and it's very interesting. That's little fun facts about me.
For myself, you kind of know some of my other certain anime interests, as you've been in chat a lot as I've watched some of them, like School Days and Clanad. I love
No
VNs.
Clanad.
Yeah, Clanad was a great time. Totally wasn't depressed for like the last half of that. Um, I love sports. I have a lot of hockey stuff in my background and off to the side. Um, Magical girl anime are also something I don't talk about as much, but I love and appreciate. Welcome in, Pixie, the fellow other German.
Oh, yay. It's real German hours.
For real.
Oh yeah, I am German. That is also a fun fact.
Yeah. Back to the magical girl thing. I am actually drinking from my Sailor Moon teacup, so
Who's your favorite Sailor Scout?
Mercury.
Oh, mine is Venus.
I've got my Mercury socks in the back. I gotta take some feet pics with eventually, but
Oh.
yes, this is the old 7 hour time difference has led to this.
Yeah, I kind of forced Totodile to be awake.
I'm always awake, sadly. Um, but yeah, Magical Girl anime. I love Sailor Moon. I love Cardcaptor Sakura. Madoka Magica is amazing, and Pixie in chat also does art, and I have some stickers of hers that are Higurashi and Madoka themed. Um,
Oh. Oh.
Maybe
Monaco is amazing.
I'll try and convince her to come on next year, perhaps, to show some of her art as well.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
what else? That would probably be about it, I think, for my interests. Other than like horror in general, too. I love like cheesy, shitty horror movies. You've been in chat for those. Um, 80s horror is great. Um, so you kind of touched on this a little bit, but like, how long have you been in the Higurashi fandom for, or at least known of it?
So, gotta be honest here, I did not start off as a fan. Um, it was when I was like, I think 12, 13, and a bridge series started becoming like a really big thing among my friends. And it started off with like the Elfenlied abridged. And I was horrified. Because up until that point, the only anime I knew of was like Sailor Moon and Pokemon, like really tame things. I wasn't really like into anime. And people at school really got into watching Elfenlied legally, legally. Because back then we didn't have Crunchyroll. There was no big streaming sites like Netflix picking up anime or anything. You had to find it on these obscure websites, subtitles, no dubs.
Right.
And everyone kind of started watching Elfenlied, and after that, it became kind of a race to find the more disturbing anime. Like, Elfenlied has pretty intense themes, it's kind of gory, and then people are over and they're like, that's shocking, but what's more shocking out there? And, kids with unrestricted internet access, what did they find? Higurashi! So, my friends pulled up this YouTube video, and it was the Higurashi nail scene. And I could not look at it. I was really disturbed. I was like, oh my god, what is this? No, no.
I think that scene's how Drew or King Sidecastle found it too.
It's a classic. It's even if you don't know Higurashi, you know that scene. And I kind of wanted to know what everyone was talking about, so during summer break, I clicked the link and I watched Higurashi, and it was just mostly for the gore. The deeper like themes and meanings behind everything kind of went over my head a lot because I was way too young to watch. Oh, it's like, oh, you're watching a cartoon? It's for kids. Yeah. But no. So I watched it secretly because I wasn't allowed to. a very naughty kid. And oh god, I I had to sleep with a light on for a week. Because in German media, gore isn't really there, like in American media. It's violence is like really censored here. So it was like my first ever introduction to violence in media too.
Right.
After that, I took a bit of a break from anime, and I think when I was like 17, I started using social media more often, and I found like the Higurashi hashtag. And people like more explaining the lore behind everything, explaining the characters. And it clicked, and I was like, oh my god, there is a story behind this. It's not just blood. So I kind of understood who every character was, what the deeper meanings were, which was fun to just rediscover it. And then I forgot about Higurashi completely. Until I met Totodile. And then I was like, oh my god, yeah, that anime. That was a thing back then. That's how I got to know Higurashi.
Hell yeah. Glad to reintroduce you to it. Because I think by the time that I had started mentioning it in your chat was the times that I was actually currently watching it. So I was very much
Oh.
like super invested in what the hell was going on.
Yeah, back then all we understood was it's a time loop, but no one really understood why people went crazy, why Rika is so important, who is this Hanyu girl, why is she just appearing? It was just a lot of like whys and not really getting any answers because we didn't understand context or thought more than 2 seconds ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just fun to finally figure out everyone acts that way for a reason. They're not all just psychotic.
um, in the fandom for like 3 years, actually, since I started the series. Um,
Oh.
I had kind of stopped watching anime for a few years, and then got back into it, trying to kind of get back to some of my older interests, and went through like those like anime opening compilations to find stuff to watch and add to my list. One of them was the first Higurashi opening, and I added that. And through a random conversation with one of my friends on Fortnite, uh,
Fortnite, that's
I
where it
finally
begins.
decided to start the series, and it immediately hooked me with a lot of the horror elements of it. That first episode, or first 2 episodes,
Yeah.
and since then I've just started just kind of changing what my original content on Twitch was to focus on anime and visual novels, as I really wanted to get into the source material for Higurashi. And then through contacting people that were on YouTube that I started watching to kind of get retrospective content and find people to talk to about this series, here we are, and I'm running this thing every year. And I'm a part of an abridged series and all this other fun stuff. And I'm meaning to
It's
bring
fun. I
everyone in. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun because I didn't expect so many Higurashi fans were still out there. Because the only thing I knew about it was a bunch of German kids liked it like 10 years ago. And then it kind of disappeared.
Yes, we did say
So
retrospective crew. It was
we
specifically
did.
your videos that got me into talking to all of you people. Yes, thank
Yeah,
you for the follow, by the way. For those in chat that
Oh.
don't know, crew is our Keiichi in abridged.
The character I hate the most.
Oh god.
It's not Crew's fault. Not the crew has nothing to do with my hate for Kiichi.
There's a certain character that we both like that crew doesn't like, so.
Oh. No, I hate him too. Oh my god. Valid, valid.
um,
Oh.
Uh,
Self-hatred. Oh no, crew. Don't let him get to you. Don't let him get to you.
so to kind of
Yeah,
segue there. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, no, the only Higurashi knowledge that I have is the anime that came out like ages ago, like the really old one. Um, the movies you've watched on stream, that's the
Oh
knowledge I
yeah.
have. And then a bit of the visual novels that you streamed,
Mhm.
and then like 4 episodes of the remake that came out. So I'm a bit of a fresh fish, if you will.
Um, so what are some of your like favorite characters since we kind of touched on that slightly? Or any certain
Favorite
moments,
characters.
arcs?
Ah, one I really like Shion just because she's adorable and crazy.
Exactly.
I mean, Mion is the sporty one, you know, the cool one, a bit of a tomboy. She's a really cool character, but I don't know, Shion, I like her because she's so cutesy and shy. I like Rika as well because she's just such a deep character, what you don't expect, because she's so unassuming. And I really like it when the characters you don't expect them to have like more to them.
Mhm.
Um, and I basically have something against everyone else.
You'll especially have things against
Oh,
Satoko when you get through going Sotsu.
oh God, Satoko, the little blonde kid, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh my God, yeah. No, I would throw a share at her too. I get it. I get it.
Um, Obviously for me, I love Mion and Shion. Um, a lot of the characters I touch on this in various of these interviews, but I relate to a lot of them on very different levels for each.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, Mion and Shion definitely stand out as their arcs feel a bit more like in depth in character. The anime doesn't translate it very well, but the
Yeah,
VNs are pretty deep, especially the one I'm
I
currently
watched,
reading.
oh, oh, you're on this new arc?
Yeah, I'm on the Shion focused one, Miyakashi.
Oh, oh.
We read the nail ripping scene 2 weeks ago.
Oh God. Can't believe I slept for that.
Right?
It's fun that the time travel element is in Higurashi, like with the different dimensions basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to different visual novel routes, the different arcs, I should say, with all the characters. So you can like explore everyone more in depth, which is so interesting, and how like everything connects as a bigger picture. Uh, that was something I really missed in the anime because I didn't really understand why Shion and Mion were supposed to be like one person, but not really. So I had to like look for videos online kind of explaining their history. And it made a lot more sense why they are the way they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of the flaws. As much as I love the original series and I love Watanagashi and Miyakashi's arcs, I do admit that it is flawed and it doesn't really characterize or show any of the deeper stuff that goes into Mion and Shion. But yeah.
I do understand it's a very limited format, and you don't really have all the time that the visual novel does to explore every detail.
Mm-hmm. Um, Next, has there ever been a time you felt kind of, I guess, burnt out in general, since you're not really deep into the trenches of Higurashi?
I haven't really felt burnt out from Higurashi. I think there was a while where I was just burnt out from anime in general. Because with newer anime, I don't know, it doesn't give me the feeling that older anime does. It's just a lot of it just is done to be popular, to appeal to lots of people. There's not really anything out there anymore. And it took me a while to get back into it. Delicious in Dungeon got me back into anime hard because it was like something refreshing, something more darker. And I realized with that, I crave a bit of the darkness in anime. because everything now seems so moe and cute and polished. I do love moe. I do love cute art and cutesy anime girls. Don't get me wrong. That's why I like Higurashi. There's lots of cute girls, but um, I just miss the darkness and the mystery element that Higurashi had, that Elfenlied had, that just all this old anime had. That just it felt crazy to me at the time to watch, and I don't have that much anymore. So the burnout feeling came a bit later, but it was there.
That's kind of how mine was too. Is I went through like different phases of burning out from anime because you start out here like as a kid with like you have like your 4 Kids dubs and like Toonami on Adult Swim, which would show like Sailor Moon or Card Captors, the weird changed adaptation of Card Captor Sakura. Um,
Yeah.
they did that with Tokyo Mew Mew also, which I forgot to mention earlier. Um, we had like Pokemon, obviously, the
The classic.
4 Kids One Piece dub. So once you kind of get past those, um, then you're kind of left kind of thinking stuff's a little too kiddie. So Toonami would show current anime like Code Geass and Naruto as those were airing and getting dubbed. And that's kind of where I fell out was during that Naruto run at first.
Yeah.
Then secondly was about junior high. I got into the little more spicier anime as a little 13-year-old
No.
heathen.
No.
Little,
The
little,
Heathen comes out.
little gooner on Netflix finding out about Ecchi and Girls Bravo.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well,
High School
high School the
DxD.
Dead, yeah.
Yeah.
The classics.
Oh, I
Um,
remember that one. That was wild for the guys in high school back then.
and that's like, that would have been like 2012 to 2015. So you're hitting the peak cringe weeb stereotype. The quoting lines or like, I thankfully didn't do this, but like the Naruto run down the halls and shit like that.
Oh God.
And that's kind of when I fell out. Was like, okay,
The flashbacks.
yeah, but now we're back. Um, but for me, I haven't felt burnt out on Higurashi, thankfully, and I knock on wood hope to not. Um,
I feel like because you got the visual novels, it's a bit more difficult to just burn out because there's just so much more depth and content to everything. So you feel like you're discovering something new every route you take,
mhm.
which is kind
um,
of difficult with most anime because they all seem the same.
Burnout for me though was definitely like Pokemon and Nintendo, which is kind of why I got kind of
Yeah.
rebirthed into Higurashi. Um, I don't know if I've mentioned this on stream before. I was gonna completely drop the whole Totodile and Pokemon thing. Um, but then, of course, that's when I started getting noticed in more people's chats, and I couldn't just drop the name. Um,
You'll cut the dial at the end. You just become Toto. I love Pokemon too, but yeah, the game is kind of
the game
they
is
lost their
so
charm.
shitty now.
Yeah, it's sad because I was really excited to like be able to play the newer ones and find all the cute Pokemon, but just it felt so soulless.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when it really dropped off. Sometime when the 3D thing started happening, then kind of just went off the rails.
Yep.
So I totally get the Pokemon being fed up with that.
Very much so. Um, but with that, and talking of kind of rebirthing ourselves, I guess we get into the very specific questions to you rather than the
Oh,
general ones I ask everyone. So, kind of,
Shui.
uh, so what got you into VTubing and um, some of like the certain persona elements of your VTuber character and model?
So getting into VTubing actually started off quite early, surprisingly enough. Because I used to watch The Anime Man, because, you know, he talked about the more weird Japanese anime, the more gory, dark stuff.
Mhm.
And then one day he started talking about this, like, virtual girl that's like an anime girl on YouTube. And God, I cannot remember her name for the life of me, but she's like brown hair and she's like pink tie. She's really cute. The first ever VTuber, from what I gather. And I was like, oh my God, I want to do this. How do I become an anime girl? Because I loved anime. I loved the art style. And I really want to be an anime girl. Because I love playing the dress up games and character creation. And I was like, if I could create my own anime girl, how would I do it? And back then I was like, I don't know, 2016 maybe. Programs like Vroid and, you know, Live2D weren't a thing back then. Like VTubers weren't yet existent. And so I looked into her and she was like Japanese. Didn't understand a word she was saying. No subtitles, nothing. And I googled it and it turns out it would cost like thousands of dollars to become that. And I was like, okay, well that's a dream dead. I'll never
Oh,
become an
wow.
anime girl. Because the technology just wasn't there yet or available.
Right.
So I kind of gave up on it. And then I think around 2020, when the pandemic hit, I started becoming a more like online indoor person because I used to be very outdoorsy. And I discovered Twitch. And through Twitch, I discovered VTubers from Hololive, like Gargora. I don't follow the big ones, so I don't know anyone else except Gargora on Hololive.
The only one I know
But you know,
is Iron Mouse.
yeah.
There's a few others I
Yeah.
follow, but none on like that level.
Yeah, Iron Mouse is an example. I was really impressed with Iron Mouse stuff as well back then. I don't watch bigger VTubers. I'm just really afraid of their chats. It's a lot of people.
Mhm.
It just make me nervous. So I got curious how you become a VTuber, and it was really expensive. It still is because it's a lot of work. And I was like, okay, I can't become a VTuber, but I can become a PNG tuber. But then I would have to go live and stream, and I don't want that. I'm just happy to support my friends streaming, be on the sidelines. And my friends were kind of like, no, you do art, you're funny, people like listening to you, you should start streaming, try it out. So I pulled out my really old, bad laptop. And I made a little PNG of my cat character. I doodled a bit what would I want to look like, really thought about it. I was like, okay, I'll be a like cat goddess thing maybe. But that's too much. I'll just be a cat girl in a maid outfit. Simplest thing ever. Nekobara inspired. Didn't think too hard about the design back then. And over time, I got lots of support from like my friends, people I met through streaming, that I could actually think about a design that I wanted and like a lore or like a backstory for myself. And I was like, okay, I love cats. My name technically started off as a joke on Twitch because I didn't think I would ever stream. So let me just play into the cat thing heavily and become like the goddess of all cats. So yeah, I thought cat goddess would be funny, maybe a bit evil. That's why I have a red eye. I just didn't know what type of evil I wanted to be yet. And a while ago, a few months ago, I think, I made a joke about hating orphans. It was just a joke, a silly joke, and people just ran with it. And now it's like a community inside joke that I hate orphans and commit arson.
I'd been wondering the backstory to that. I just kind of accepted it and went with it.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. I made one bad joke about it. And then everyone was like, oh my god, the orphan slayer is back. Orphans never did anything to harm me or hurt me. Orphans are actually quite innocent. It's me who has the issues. But yeah, that's how that started, the little evil orphan side. I have thought about making a game in RPG Maker to kind of get like a lore or backstory, because most VTubers have one. But I have to think of something that makes coherent sense.
Right.
Yeah. So for now, I just say stay with something simple. Cat goddess, orphan slayer, a bit evil.
Love that. Yeah, I do notice some of these like bigger YouTubers or not YouTubers, VTubers do have like really deep lore. It's kind of
Yeah.
surprising.
Some VTubers even play up characters, and going into streaming, I wasn't like really a VTuber. I didn't ever see myself getting past 3 viewers or 10 followers even.
Mhm.
I never expected to actually get so big. I think I'm big for now. Like I never expected to reach this. I was like, I do this for fun. What is
Right.
happening? Um, so I didn't think too much of a backstory or persona I could play. So I was like, okay, I do kind of want to have a persona, but it would be exhausting to always play something crazy or like cat-like. And so I kind of do a mix between myself and a little persona I have in the background.
Mhm.
So I like to say it's my personality if you turn it up to 100. I'm a lot more shy and soft in person, which people always are surprised by.
Yeah, that's kind of part of my next question was like when you're going into like design or even just the idea of VTubing as like a different person almost. Is there like
Mhm.
ways that you kind of push different sides of your personality more than others or
Yeah, a bit. Um, my first design was actually something that looked more like me, and I was like, ah, oh, everyone looks like that though. It's so basic.
Mhm.
So I wanted to have a design that stood out a bit more. So I was like white hair, heterochromia. That's usually interesting anime things that happen. And white cats usually have heterochromia as well, so it fits.
Hmm.
It's not red and blue, it's usually green and blue, but we can ignore that. And when I stream, parts of my personality come out. I like to call it streamer brain. I just say what comes to my mind and then forget about it afterwards. Um, I just let out the more, let's say, theater kid side of me, the more crazy side. It's not really crazy side, but it's hard to explain. It's really hard to explain. It's just I'm a bit more. What
It's a lot
if
more
I would not care
energetic.
what anyone thought? Yeah, and energetic. Oh god, yeah. It's very freeing. I can separate myself from my VTuber self. It's a lot more confident as well because I don't have to show my face.
Right.
It's what people say is true. Like you can hide on the internet behind a like just like a username or persona, so you don't really have to feel responsible for what you say. I always have in the back burner that I am responsible for what I say at the end of the day, so I'm not just like I can say whatever I want with no consequences. It's more of a I am not afraid of what people think of me way, so I can just play it up a bit. No one's ever gonna see me. And I think it's really nice that VTubing is an option now for a lot of people, because a lot of people are very shy when it comes to showing their face or like are insecure about how they look. And VTubing gave a lot of people the freedom to just, have that part of themselves that they can show to other people without having to be as vulnerable as, you being on camera, showing your background and your face. Because I feel like, oh God, I'd be so nervous having to show my face.
It's it took me years to finally consider streaming. Um, Mostly because of that issue of like confidence and just kind of showing myself. I have a lot of anxiety, especially social anxiety.
Yeah.
So it just kind of took me at least like 3 or 4 years to finally get to finally doing that.
That is very understandable. For me, it's more the worry that people will judge me just because of my looks.
Mm-hmm.
because I've been told a lot that, I'm pretty to look at, not nice to listen to. High school was rough. So I was like, I want people to see my personality, judge me for who I am, not what I look like.
Right.
And it really worked out so far. People, I have regular showing in people being nice to me. Yeah, like people complimenting my voice. Because I was told a lot it's really high pitched and a bit grating to listen to. And people have come up to me and they're like, "Ah, your voice is so soothing. I fall asleep every stream. I have you in the background." And I'm like, oh no. But hello, Jubu. Hi.
Yes, welcome in,
Hi.
Ju. Someone else that has made art for the channel.
Yes, yes. I think she made your Twitter header as well.
Yeah, it's the Shion heart emote.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's so cute.
I love it. It's one that I wish people used more.
Hello, King. Hello.
Welcome in, Lando. Um, so next question for those that may consider VTubing in the future or just in general. What kind of
Oh,
goes into the process of doing that? That could be like the rigging or like any design elements or whatever.
oh, I could go here for step-by-step instructions. I'm sorry that you passed out though, dude, but I'll just do a little explanation. You'll be awake for that. Everyone will be fine. So, basically, if anyone wants to get into VTubing, it is very expensive because it is a lot of work that people don't really consider. So what I always recommend is use a site where you can make a little PNG of yourself, like Pic Crew. I don't really know any other character creators online, but if you Google them, I'm sure there's some. Because that's how I started out. I can draw, which is helpful, but not a lot of people can. And I'm also very lazy. So what I did, I went to a character creator and I just kind of picked out and played around with elements I liked and enjoyed. Because you can always pay someone to make a design for you, but it will also get expensive. And if you don't know if you want to do it, you have money for a cool character design that you won't ever use. So just play around with 3 generators or something, figure something out what you like. And that's, I think, the best starting point to just kind of get an idea down of what you want, what you like. There is a lot of controversy that people get into because they copy VTubers that they like.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a VTuber, you're like, oh, this person is a cat. What makes me me that I could add onto like a cat girl or cat boy, for example?
Right.
So I have the goddess element. So I was like, okay, I need like a goddess outfit, maybe some wings, something to show them evil, and also a bit playful. So I have like a little flesh fang on my model. Um, if you want to be a cat boy, you like Higurashi, you like horror themed stuff. So maybe I would look into getting like something that's like horror themed, like a mask asset. We have like a mask, like a serial killer mask, because Jason has a mask. Most serial killer movies do. Um, or something that just ties back into your own interest and what you are. And then also look at color palette generators. What colors fit well together for your character?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times I see people with amazing designs, but the colors turn people off. I hate to admit it, but people firstly go off of visual looks with animated characters a lot of the times. So just look at color combinations that work well. I feel like that's a good starting point. And then there's a lot of PNG programs that are free out there. So you have a little PNG, you're ready to go. Try it out for free. Try streaming. Try it for a while, see if you like it. No money spent so far. And if you turn out like you love it, you're passionate about it, there's a lot of sites and people that you can find online that do model art and riggers. One of those sites is VGen, that's good. There's also a Skep site. Twitter hashtags are a great way to find people, but you gotta watch out Some people use AI or steal models and claim them as their own. Like, just do a bit of research. That always helps. And then make a budget, because with VTubing, for example, I'm on the cheaper side, but then there's people who are really expensive because they have like years in the industry, they're connected to companies, they have a giant name, so they will cost like thousands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always better to start off with something simple. And you can get models for like $500, drawn and rigged. And now that is a big price. It is a big price for an animated model. But what people don't know, it's like a paper doll. So you have an artist and you tell them what you want, and they basically draw you in parts. So everything you see on me is separated. Like I have my eyelashes are separated, the irises, the highlights are different. All my hair strands are one thing. My necklace is like I think 5 pieces of art. Because that's how the program to rig a model works. And the rigging is also pricey because it's a lot of work. It's so much work. People work minimum wage a lot in VTubing art and rigging. They barely get by.
Right.
Because they spend months on a model. It's not just a 2-day thing where you put something in a program and it spits out a model for you. And don't embarrass me, chat. Don't embarrass me, chat. But yeah, like Pip said, if you have a budget, a lot of artists take payment plans. So you don't have to pay everything up front. For example, they say, okay, I will sketch you something and you will pay 50% by that date and then 50% after the finished date. So you don't have to spend it all at once, which is really nice. And a lot of artists and riggers are very understanding because all of us are artists at heart and artists are always broke. So we get it. I don't do VTuber art. My model was done by Pip. I won a raffle, actually. I was really lucky. Sometimes on Twitter, artists hold raffles. They're not guaranteed to get a model, but it's a really good way to get one if you really have no budget and are just, hoping on luck. It doesn't guarantee you one, of course, but the chance is good. So if you see an artist, they have raffles, don't be shy to enter, you never know. A lot of people I know.
I see raffles and giveaways a lot, and I always feel kind of shitty thinking of like trying to get into it because it's like there's someone out there that I feel like probably needs it more.
That's the thing. There's always someone who's gonna need it more. Always. And it's a luck-based thing. The artists don't just go through names and pick someone who they like, right? They put them in a generator and it spits out a random name. And I've done art giveaways, like raffles. Mm-hmm. And it's so much fun to give people something back, and I'm always so grateful. It does take some time to get over it. I always try to avoid giveaways because I feel bad because I'm so big already and I get so much fan art. I don't need this, but I want to. So it's like I kind of fight with myself a bit, but that's a good way to do it as well. Some people even do rigging giveaways. Now that's what I do. Not the rigging giveaways, I don't have the time, but I rig VTuber models. So basically what I do is I take the art and make it compatible with the program to make my mouth and face move. So I remember a few years ago, PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, like all these big YouTubers used like a VR game thing where these 3D models that basically moved when they moved. And people don't know what VTubing is. That's basically how it works. There's a program that's called VTube Studio, and you can connect to your webcam or your phone, and it reads some dots on your face. You don't have to draw the dots on your face, but it just maps out your face as a dot, or whatever tracking method you use. And if you move your head, it moves the head with you. If you blink, it blinks. And that's basically what I do. I make the program read the art, basically. And there's a bit of programming involved, a bit of math, it's a bit of pain. But in the end of the day, when it's done, it's a lot of fun. And I always love seeing people's reaction to what I rigged. Because what I like to do is I want to throw in like fun toggles. So what I usually do is I give people for free like a ball toggle. So the hair is gone. No more hair. VTubers can also cry. Oh, that's my tail. I got a tail. I forgot about that. I got sweat drops. This is my crying one. Here we go. So if you're sad, you can express that. The more crazy animations that I've done is a model that lights up and the color changes, like an RGB keyboard. Mm-hmm. VTubing is like really, there's no limits except your imagination. And you know, the more intense your imagination is, the more expensive it's gonna get. Because it's a lot of work. But it's fun, so yeah, that's basically how VTuber works. What goes on behind the scenes, and how I recommend to start. I always get bullied by everyone because I'm a fairly cheap rigger. I don't depend on rigging as my job, so I can have my prices as low as they are. I feel bad because I know people, you know, they don't have the means to pay all these amazing riggers and it's so expensive already. So I kind of want to be nice and give back. Maybe someday in the future when I get like crazy famous, I'll up the prices because I won't be able to keep up with demand. But for now, I got a good thing going. It ain't much, but it's honest work.
Hell yeah. I guess with that, we'll move on to kind of the meat and potatoes of the stream here, being
Oh no,
old Higurashi.
the scandals come out.
So, a topic that you semi-suggested and kind of discussed earlier was the German, I guess, pathway to anime, kind of leading into sort of edgier content.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So
That's a good one.
a few that I've got wrote down here as examples were Elfen Lied, which I had mentioned as having to have been something big in Germany. Higurashi,
Oh yeah.
obviously. Pupa.
Oopa, oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's... Oh boy. I feel like Boku no Pico is more tame than Pupa at this point.
Thank you for the sub, Tom.
Tom,
Yes,
hi.
avoid the
Thank you for
ads.
subbing.
Especially if there's conversation about Pupa and edgy anime.
Oh.
Another one I was blanking on other ideas. I figured Code Geass might have been one, as it's a bit edgier in terms of like political content.
Not really. It was more back then shock factor. That was big. There was also German anime VTubers who that bought into the whole shock factor thing. So I did like little explanation videos on how shocking it is. And oh my god, then they did this and that. So really how it began was that Elfenlied and a bridge became viral here. And it's because it's called Elfenlied and it's a German name.
Yeah.
Anime, no real German themes whatsoever. Maybe like some fairy tale themes in there and, you know, philosophy, but Elfenlied, the name just means fairy song. Elfen is fairy and Lied is song. So everyone's like, oh my god, it's German, something Japanese is German. Because back then, we didn't know that Japan was kind of a weeaboo for Germany. Mm-hmm. Like, once you start noticing the German references in anime, they're everywhere.
Yeah, there's so many.
They really like Germany and France. I don't know why, but we were kind of like, oh my god, something about Germany. It's in Japan, it's amazing. It's always like a fun thing here in Germany when like something German gets popular overseas. Like the Barbara song recently on TikTok. People went crazy here in Germany. They were like, oh my god, it's a worldwide phenomenon. We're famous. The Germans. We get it. So it's just exciting that something German was an anime. It was just very unfortunate that it's not child friendly.
Right.
So if you don't know Elfen Lied, it's basically about this science experiment girl who gets memory loss and she becomes very childlike and is traumatized, and she like there's a lot of gore and killing and emotional turmoil between the characters. It's a very deep anime. It's heavy to watch. I would recommend it because it's an interesting storyline. But if you can't handle that, probably stay away. As a kid, I was just confused what everything meant. There is a scene, spoilers, skip ahead, but the part that the bridge went viral on is there's a puppy,
Oh fuck.
and in the orphanage. Yeah, you know the scene,
Oh yeah, I do.
But there's these really shitty orphan kids, and they basically bully the main character girl.
Is this the source?
And she like rescues.
Is this the source of the orphan joke?
No, but it probably should be at this point.
Oh, it should have been. That would have been so perfect.
It would have been. But she like rescues this cute puppy and takes care of it, and she trusts these two boys with her secret, and they like pretend to care for it. And then one day she like walks into class and they just brutally kill the puppy, like the yelping, the crunching. It is awful. I could not watch that scene, but it was abridged. Like, I was abridged about it, and I was so horrified by my friends watching this and laughing. I was like, oh, what is wrong with you? And after I got over that abridged shock, I gave it a chance. And then it was like, okay, there's deeper meanings behind this. I don't get it. It's just shocking content. And then it went from Elfen Lied to like, okay, it's over, but what's similar to it? Like, is there more like adult anime now? Because up until this point, we were like Sailor Moon, Inuyasha, Pokemon, all the fun kid stuff. And then the German anime VTubers, not VTubers, but YouTubers came out with finding shocking content. And that's basically where everyone like went to watch stuff. There was like one big YouTuber, and he made a video about Pupa. So of those who don't know, Pupa is like a short-ish anime. It's not super long.
It's very short. It's like the whole thing's like 4-minute episodes. So it's like 40, 50 minutes.
Yeah, it's really not that long.
It's amazing.
And he did like fast, quick-paced editing over it. And he was like, and then what she does to her brother, she eats him. And everyone was like, what? No way, we gotta see this. Because everyone watched Elfen Lied and it was gory. Okay, it was gory and kind of deep, but it wasn't that shocking. Like, oh my god, cannibalism on your brother? So yes, Pupa spoilers. It's an interesting anime.
It is.
It's a ride.
Quote unquote metaphorical incest.
Yeah.
It's an incest
I did not pick up on that as a kid.
If you just replace incest with cannibalism.
I didn't pick up on that as a child. And the YouTuber, he was like, I don't know, 17, 18, I don't know. He was definitely older. So he picked up on those vibes. But, he didn't advertise that in his video. So no one picked up on the, deeper meaning behind what the cannibalism represents. And everyone's just like, oh my god, gross. She eats him. And she's a monster. Ew, yucky flesh monsters. Gross. So that was the talk of the town for a bit, the Pupa, and everyone was like just grossed out by it. It's like, how everyone had like the 2 girls 1 cup thing, like just the grossness factor of it.
That's kind of how I describe it. I've been trying to find out how to describe the feeling I had watching it. It is very much a 2 girls 1 cup. You're so invested in how fucked up it is.
It is. That's the whole point. Like, no one watched it because we actually enjoyed it. But we couldn't quit.
Oh,
we
no,
couldn't
I enjoyed
quit.
it.
We had to watch it. But yeah, then everyone's like, oh god, yeah, that is weird. And then Higurashi popped up. Because then people were interested into the really gory stuff. And the more deeper plots. And the nail scene made the rounds. You know, the torture scene? Oh god. And everyone started getting invested in Higurashi. And at the time, I did not notice how bad the fan service was in Higurashi.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the older I got, the more I noticed fan service in anime. Because back then, it was just anime to me, you know? You don't, as a kid, you don't pay attention to that at all. You just see the cool fights, the animation. You don't get the little things behind why the shot is that long. You just think, ah, hurry up. So, that was kind of hard to digest that the fan service was in Higurashi. I feel like I can handle the gore more now than the fan service back then. Kind of funny looking back. But people, they just talked about the gory scenes in Higurashi, not the plots behind it, not the characters. People hated Shion and Mion, like a lot. People really liked Rena. Yeah, they loved Rena. They had fan clubs for Kiichi. You could have. They thought he was God's gift to Earth.
What?
I never liked Kiichi. Like they really loved Kiichi. They were like, oh my god, he's this poor guy. He's going through so much. He's the main character. He's such a badass dude. And I was like, he's so stupid. So people just want a more shock factor. They just want to find something more and more. And then it went from Higurashi to Euphoria.
Yes.
Nowadays it's a show with like Zendaya and, you know,
yeah.
the shiny makeup.
Those fucking posers don't know the real Euphoria.
Yeah, but back then, oh my god.
Welcome in,
Oh,
Hunter.
Hell Hunter. Yeah, Euphoria.
You came in at a great conversation.
So back then, people thought, okay, we reached the peak of horrifying anime. You know, Pupa, Higurashi, gore. Went through it, done with it, dealt with it. The deep themes in Elfenlied, too high for our small-minded child brains to understand. You know, get away with that, get away with that. We need something shocking, again, but differently shocking. And then this anime YouTuber made a video about Euphoria. Now, it's a guy. It's based on a hentai game. If that helps anyone.
It's
and one of
I'll sum it up here. It is
Yeah.
saw, but sometimes there's poo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Don't do it.
Very gross. It's a VN too. That's how it started.
Yeah, I didn't watch Euphoria because that was too much for me at that point. I noped out. But a lot of people did back then.
That's quite the nosedive from Elfenlied to Pupa to Higurashi.
Yeah, it was that one anime YouTuber. Like, he just found really messed up anime, and I don't think he intended his audience to be children. I don't think that was the intended audience, but it's the audience that found it.
I know the anime man made a video on Euphoria.
Oh god. I know Sid snapped that as well. It traumatized her. You guys should watch Sid Snap's video on it. So am I, but I have limits. And then Big B happened. People found Boku no Pico.
Oh hell yeah. That was such an interesting meme here in the States. It was definitely it was like Rickrolling, but for anime. And it's
the opening.
Gay.
Oh god, the opening.
Okay, context, Hunter. The question was kind of this sort of German shock value interest in their anime.
Yeah, because basically how anime started, like, it was like high school. You just freshly started high school, and then anime became a thing, and people started looking for the most shocking anime it is, and they tried to one up the previous anime of the month,
I
and it
didn't
kept getting
expect
worse and worse.
I didn't expect the two sacred series to get mentioned, but
We were way too young to watch all of these. Like, disclaimer, I should not have watched them when I did. Okay, I'm not promoting this. I'm saying it was a bad thing. A bad thing. They're not good shows for kids. And then people just start sending each other the opening of Boku no Pico, and just the image of like the ice cream. And everyone was like, "What does this mean?"
I think
Everyone was just confused.
I've seen the gif of it in Twitter, or not Twitter, Discord.
But yeah,
Yeah, check.
basically
Go
me
watch
and a
Euphoria.
friend.
Go watch. Go watch
No,
Euphoria. Actually, go read Euphoria.
don't. You won't get your life back. You'll be changed forever. Your personality, you won't get it back.
The poop Ouroboros will change your life.
Yeah, the thing is, we never had the stereotype of anime as for nerds and weebs. It
We
was
had
never
that.
like clicky like that.
That was what it was here. You had the kind of weird kids at that time, which would like Naruto run at the halls and like hiss at you.
Mm-hmm. I see. So it was like more like in the stereotypical movies that you see where like, oh, nerds stuffed into
Mm-hmm.
lockers.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that's
didn't.
kind of when I fell out. I didn't want to get lumped into that.
I wouldn't either, to be honest, if I would have been in high school at that time. I am a bit younger. Like I went to high school at a time where it was socially acceptable to like anime. I mean, at limits, of course, it had limits. You couldn't like Naruto run or like just Nia in the hallways, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like there were anime kids that did get bullied for being a bit too much into it. But you know, if you watched like the shocking stuff and just, you know, drew the anime art, then you know, you were chill. But
You lucky
yeah, I'm glad we
bastards.
didn't have that.
I'm in the American Midwest, where it is
Oh no.
all rural hicks that will give you shit for liking the slightest un-American thing. It was not socially acceptable at all.
Oh, that must have been rough. But you know, at least you guys didn't have the Boku no Pico challenge going around.
Oh no,
So you
we
know.
still had that for the ones that were cultured.
So me and a friend watched it one night, like all the episodes, one go. It wasn't as shocking as people made it out to be. Gotta be honest. It is bad. It is really bad, but you know, people made it seem way more crazy back then. I feel like Euphoria is worse. Just by the grossness factor of it. Don't watch it, Juvu. Don't watch it. Keep your sanity.
But anyway,
So that's the whole thing, the whole giant ball of Germany and the kids back then watching all the awful anime. If you ever talk to someone in like the 20s about, like who's German about anime, Higurashi, Elfenlied, for sure, those will have been watched though.
and then it's just a straight nosedive from there. Um, but anyway, on a lighter question, that's not gonna get us demonetized on YouTube. Um,
Oh no.
First off, Jew asked, did Germany have Glumping?
I don't know what that is. We
That
might
was
have a different name for it. I gotta.
it was a thing in like conventions mainly here, where you basically like affectionately tackled.
Uh, yeah, people did that, but not because of anime.
Nah, it was because they
People
were
were just
weird.
weird.
Um, but the the main question I want to ask, because I try and connect the Higurashi conversations to um, something outside of the series, and you being a casual fan of the series is kind of good to talk about casual and passionate fandoms and um, the importance of both in a series' success.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. So with Studio Weeb and like you and everyone like who have met for this event, a lot of these people like they know the characters. You guys know the arcs, you know the events, right? You know like all the overarching like little plots that connect everything. And Higurashi is very daunting to get into, like if you're a newcomer. If you didn't stumble upon it by accident, you really, really want to get into Higurashi, I can kind of understand how it might be overwhelming. The visual novels, the anime, there's manga.
Yeah, it's like
Like
a
it's a lot.
24 volumes ongoing manga, 100 plus hour VN. And then you get into like Umineko after and Kikonia. It is
Yeah.
very like what's the word? Imposing, I guess,
Yeah,
for
for
casual
sure.
fans to get into. Which is right. I think the anime is decent enough of like a jump start for people. Even though some
It
parts of the
is.
fandom probably won't accept that answer. Uh,
So for me, it's the anime because I watched Hunter's videos, gotta be honest. They have a lot of views, and I will also explain why Hunter's videos have lots of views because I am a casual fan and I'm interested in Higurashi and I've watched the anime and it is nostalgia for me. I have to be honest, I was quite young when I watched it, more freedom, more carelessness back then, right? Um, and back then as a kid, like how was I gonna get the mangas? I didn't even know visual novels were a thing you could have as a game. I don't even know they were translated back then.
there's still some
So
being
all
leaked.
I all I had was the anime subbed on a dubious website. So that's all I had, and then it's been years. I forgot about it. You know, remake came out. Oh my god, Higurashi's alive still somehow. And then I found out through you that it's visual novels. I had no idea it was visual novels. Because the anime doesn't just advertise based on a visual novel on true events. So I was like mind blown that there's more to this than just the first like old anime I watched. I didn't even know there was live action movies. I was like, what? They're real. They're real. They exist. So, as a casual enjoyer, I don't have the time to just sink over hundreds of hours into a visual novel. Because Higurashi is not just a game where you can like skip over a bit of dialogue and then get to the fun bits, and it's not important. The context clues are important because it's such an intense story with time jumps, dimensions, the ability of how Rika can like jump the spans of time, the different like Rikas, the different versions of everyone. The curse, even on its own, is a whole big mystery. So I was like kind of stumped what it all meant. Because from the anime, you don't really get all of that. You get like, oh my god, there's fan service. Oh my god, there's gore. Oh my god, these characters are kind of annoying. Oh my god, those are kind of cute. Oh my god, why? Why are they wearing that at the cafe?
Oh,
Um, and then I went on YouTube because I just wanted to like, kind of know what I was talking about in the interview. I didn't just want to be like, yeah, so the fingernail scene, and then the needle scene where Kichi had the needle and his rice ball, and then the head bashing scene. Yeah, it's kind of connected. So I just wanted to kind of understand the story a bit more coherently. And I just, put in YouTube, Higurashi explained. Simplest, easiest terms. And I found Hunter's videos. And I didn't know Hunter was actually in chat. I did not connect the dots
mm-hmm.
whatsoever. And if you check out his channel, there's a lot of views on it. And these views, I think a lot of them are from diehard Higurashi fans. But I think most of them just come from people who fell in love with the anime when it first came out, but couldn't really grasp everything because the anime didn't cover enough. So these videos just help to condense it, explain it for someone who has a love for it, but doesn't have the time to sink hours into it or the money to buy all the novels and do it all. So I
Right.
think it's really helpful for someone like me, like who enjoys everything but doesn't have the time for it. I
Yes.
watch your streams to get the visual novel side a bit more in depth, but I do miss some because I sleep at times, and I don't have the patience to watch people read hundreds of hours.
Hmm.
That's
Especially
why I
with.
think, yeah,
Oh no, go ahead.
that's why I think casual fans are important to keep something alive in the fandom, because they're not afraid to talk about the questions of people, right? Like if I'm curious about like a character detail or like a theory, I could just ask anyone who's like big in the fandom, and it's kind of like the dialogue, the forums, it all kind of stays alive, which I think is quite nice. And so far, everyone I've met has been really welcoming to the fact that I'm not, a diehard pro at Higurashi. That I just like the characters and the mystery behind it all.
Hmm. I think like because Higurashi, at least West Side, is kind of niche, so you're more likely to find a lot more of like the more openly passionate fans of it compared to casual, as the casual ones are going to, like you said, ask questions and seek out content from others that know a lot more, like how I did with finding Crew and his videos, because I wanted to know more about this and become more passionate and involved in it.
Yeah, because I did start watching the newer Higurashi anime with Tom,
Mm-hmm.
and I went into this nostalgia blind. Nostalgia blind. Wide-eyed. It's so gory. It's so brutal. And I got a reaction from someone who like was never into Higurashi, never heard about Higurashi.
Do we want to save this for the
And
next question? Because that's actually my next topic.
oh, sure. All right. All right.
Um, but to kind of cap off that other point, um, so I see that a fandom success kind of needs both passionate and casual fans in order to succeed and continue. Um,
Yeah, I feel the same way because the real passion fans, they keep like the heart of it alive
mhm.
and like the soul of it, and then the more casual fans are like kind of like the body in a way, because they consume it secondhand. It's like oh god, it's so difficult to explain, but I get what you're
I
trying to
see
say.
it as the casual fans help fuel the passion of the more passionate ones. Because,
Exactly, because it's so much fun showing someone Higurashi, someone who has never experienced it, like seeing their reaction for the first time to everything, to the mysteries, and like it's like you're kind of reliving it as well again.
mm-hmm. Which will get us to our next topic, which is introducing people to the series. Because this isn't like some basic Shonen Jump series that
Yeah.
everyone's watching. This is something that you pretty much have to seek out and know that you're wanting to watch this, or have someone that will share that experience with you.
Yeah, if you're not like a big horror fan or old anime fan, you probably have never even heard of Higurashi. Because that's what I've noticed with people online. They're like, what's Higurashi? What's Higurashi?
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to show it to Tom, my boyfriend, because I was like, oh, Totodile wants an interview. Let's watch it. It's gonna be fun in a few months. And I feel like for people, the hard part to get over is because most of the characters are like under 18. like apparently under 18. It's not where you can say, oh, she's secretly 1,000 years old. Like they look like children. They're like 6 or 7, and there's fan service of them. And a lot of people, even those who watch anime and understand fan service, are put off by it because it's a lot. It's a lot, and it takes a bit to get to the gore mystery behind it. So I completely understand why new people have difficulty getting into Higurashi, because it takes a while for everything to kind of crack and unfold. But the people who do stick to it, they tend to like ask lots of questions about it. And they're like, okay, but why? Why are they like that? You know, why is Rena being so, you know, trying to shut down the secret? Why can't he ask questions? Why is Kiichi even asking questions? Why is Rena at his house spying on him? You know, why do their eyes start to look like cat eyes all of a sudden? And it's very interesting seeing someone go from like, oh, this is weird, to, oh my god, that's just a cover-up. What's actually happening? So it's been fun to see.
I did the same with my last partner, because she'd never watched it, and she watched my streams and seen how like passionate I was and wanted to get into it. And it was just really fun, kind of like getting to watch what my experience was first finding it, through watching someone else experience it themselves and theorize things that they were thinking themselves. And
Yeah, that is so fun, because Tom started to ask questions like, why are they suddenly, you know, bashing each other's heads in? Because the curse hasn't really been explained yet, or you know, if there even is a curse, you know, maybe someone else is just crazy and seeing things. But
right.
the mystery that's unfolding, just seeing someone get hooked on it, like you were, it's so fun.
Yeah, that kind of puts you in a kind of position like I was talking about earlier, where it's they've become kind of the casual fan, while you kind of have become, at least in a comparative sense, the more passionate one, showing them this. And
Yeah,
it's that
yeah,
same
which I
cycle of
think,
showing and getting people into it.
yeah, which I think is so fun with fandoms in general. Like, you find something you enjoy and you want to share it with someone you care about, and then they want to share it with someone they care about, and then it just becomes this like bonding experience as well. You know, even if it is a bit grim to bond about Higurashi.
Mm-hmm. Um, I guess next will be the art time section.
Oh, art time, art time.
So I'm kind of going to go through your art pieces that you sent to me, and we're going to kind of talk about them and go over sort of kind of what your inspirations were for them, or generally just what they were, etc. Hunter, you don't know about
Light.
the
The
you don't
light.
know about the cum.
Please.
It is the sacred light. You get the cum light for 10 minutes.
It makes the stream a home. Look at that. I wish I would have one.
And by 10 minutes, I mean I'll forget about it like a half hour later that it's still on, and you guys get 20 minutes of free cum light.
It's the only reason I'm saving up points.
Yeah, that's the wrong one. I need that one turned on. There we go. What is this? What did you
The
send me?
cannonfall opening. Oh no. Okay. So
Why is this the first one you sent me?
I just entered my folder of my most recent works and just selected them and sent them off. I did not look too much.
Ah, okay.
So this is Alessia. I rigged a model for her. She's a VTuber. She does Fallout and Final Fantasy streams, mostly. and she's a puppy girl VTuber. And I'm friends with her, and we joke that she's a puppy girl, and we have to take her on walks, on walkies. And she always tries to send me money for art rigging, you know. She wants to pay me handsomely and give me presents. And I'm like, I'll muzzle you if you do it again.
What the fuck?
And she did do it again, so I threw out of her being muzzled on walkies. It's I'm proud of the angle though. I'm
Oh
proud.
no,
I'm not ashamed to admit it.
the quality's very nice, but I was just a little
I
shocked. This was the first thing you said.
uh,
The cum
yeah, I
light's
can
very
draw like
ironic
that
now.
too. Oh god, it ties it all together. But yeah, it's the first time I ever tried, you know, shading hair and dyes differently. But yeah, this one happens to my friend, and you're not careful. I will make you traumatized. She liked it though. She liked it. All right. I wasn't being weird about it. She liked it.
Next step. I've seen you work on these a little bit. These were like
Yeah.
Yandere templates, I believe.
Yes. So this is an original character of a viewer. His name is Fear My Pixels, and he commissioned Rosebell Art to draw Inari. And she's a yandere cat girl, basically. And I do art streams, and I was kind of like stuck in art block, so I didn't know what to draw. And I was like, I want to try drawing expressions on faces. So I didn't want to do full body. I didn't want to do like, you know, weird shoulders. I wanted to get an expression down and something intense. And I didn't know who to draw. And I was like, well, I have the reference sheet here. Might as well draw Inari, the yandere cat girl. So I tried to incorporate elements that I like. I like the glow. I usually do glowy stuff. Then I tried a way of hair shading. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Played around with filters a bit. That's basically the story behind that. Everyone really liked the expression and the eyes on it. I usually don't draw expressions, so I was happy how it turned out.
Next is this one.
Ah. Now this was a Christmas event. Oh, the cats are downstairs. They're being naughty.
Is that what I've been hearing in the background this whole time?
Yeah, it's my mom and the cats.
Oh, hell yeah.
They're being naughty. But basically it was a Christmas event. I joined. Rosebell sometimes what she does. I love her art. She's a big inspiration behind my art. That's why I'm trying to get into more like the anime cutesy art styles. Because Rosebell does it really well. And her event was like it's like a Secret Santa. You get someone's name and you draw them. And I pulled Lumbella. And you have to do it like thigh high or like full body. And I don't know how to draw knees. So I was like, okay, I'll cut it off above the knees. No one will know. And her character was like a cute little blonde lamb girl with like cute pigtails. And I want to do like those anime Christmas romance scenes with the tree behind them, where she reached out her hand and she's like, take my hand. I'm proud of the dress as well. I usually don't draw clothing that much.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I've seen you work on this one.
yeah. That's Rosebell.
Oh, that is
the
Rosebell?
one I've been talking about. Yeah, that's her character. I usually just draw faces. I'm not really a body person from what you've seen. And she redebuted her new model. She's also a VTuber. And that's her design. And she like was like, people, if you want to like draw me for my re-debut, here's my reference sheet. You know, there's secret artists. You know, do whatever you want. You know, as long as it's safe for Twitch. And she's really sweet. She's nice. She's pink, wholesome. You know, draws lewd art, but she's a sweet person. And I was like, okay, let's make her evil. And she always says how she likes my art with the glowing things in it. So I was like, okay, I'll make a glow and evil. So I made her look a bit psychotic. Um, and evil. She loved it. She loved it. And it's the only one that actually made her crazy. Everyone else drew her really sweet and angel-like. Or they inverted her colors into a more emo look.
Mhm.
So I was proud to be, the one who pulled out the evil one.
I believe if the next one's right, I think it's a very special one. Hell yeah, it is.
Oh, oh.
Welcome in, King, by the way.
Hello,
Should've,
King. Hi. Oh no. This seems familiar.
yeah, I wonder why.
So here you can see how the way I used to draw eyes. It was like right before I made the big jump. So
Yes, she did my profile picture. She's why I started, or finally went through with covering Higurashi.
Yeah, the story behind that is I think I hit 500 Twitch followers and I did a giveaway stream for that.
It was,
I hit some sort of milestone.
yeah, it was either the 500 or it was like a birthday thing.
Yeah, it was either or.
And
And I don't have the funds to give away like gift cards or merch for people. All I could offer was art, and I kind of want to say thank you to people. So I did a marbles event where, like, you do the marbles game, you press play, and Totodile got first and won, and Sleepy as well. So both of them got some free art. Totodile got to pick whatever he wanted, and it's the first time I've ever drawn Shion as well. Gotta be honest, it was really difficult because her hair is so spiky. I kind of had to find a way to make it look soft. It was fun to draw the Totodile plushie because I loved drawing Pokemon as a
that's
kid.
something that I don't think gets talked about enough about this is the Shion's amazing, but I love that you took the Totodile idea and made it like a plush and added like the button eyes. That kind of gave me
Yeah.
kind of like a Coraline vibe, which
Yeah,
kind of
because I was
ties in a
thinking,
little bit of the horror thing a bit.
oh, I love Coraline. I am excited for the movie coming back out in August.
And then for me also, I think the Totodile being kind of fake is a. I took it a little symbolic,
No,
even if you probably didn't.
no,
Um,
I just thought, how do I mix Higurashi and Pokemon? I had like ideas of like a little like her making, like being a Pokemon trainer,
hmm,
but Pokemon trainers, they have like crazy outfits and poses, and I was like, oh no, I can't draw
right.
poses that well. And I was like, it would look weird if I would just have the random Totodile on her shoulder, because Totodile is not a tiny Pokemon. It's like mid-sized. So I was like, let's give. Why not make a little like plushie? And I played around with the eyes for a bit, but it looked too much like a Pokemon still, because it's hard. Like I don't really know how to draw plushies without lots of stitching on the body.
Hmm.
And I didn't want it to be too crazy with the stitches to look like an accident. I was like, okay, let's give him a little button eye. You know, like plushies have button eyes back then. Higurashi's like set in what, the 80s, 90s, time loops, old stuff. Maybe Shion's a Pokemon fan. She got a little plushie of Totodile handmade. That was my idea behind it. Just trying to be original a bit.
Because this was a time where I was like, I had not streamed in like almost half a year because I was just tired of Pokemon and Nintendo and how slow and oversaturated trying to stream with those were. And I had been talking with someone and a few others behind the scenes, like trying to figure out how I can kind of rebrand and kind of reinvent myself a bit. And I wanted to definitely go into more horror and kind of the VN aspect with Higurashi. I just didn't know how to really start that with the original name being Dat Boy Totodile because that stupid fucking frog on the unicycle meme.
Oh, that's where the tap boy came from.
Yes. I thought it would be the funniest shit to see a Totodile on a unicycle.
Listen, my name is Kitten. Oh, whoa. It's like, my name is Kitten and then the anime cat face. It's not that original either.
um, but the plushie kind of felt like it's a way to honor the Totodile thing, which everyone had been calling to me by that point, so it kind of got stuck. While also being able to move on to something new and leave the old behind at the same time. Instead of completely changing myself to, I think one of the names I had was like Yoru no Hana, and it was going to be like completely Japanese themed.
The other complete opposite side, that would have been interesting.
I was going to go very heavy into, I love spider lilies are my favorite flower. There's going to be a lot of that symbolism.
They're very pretty.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the story of the Shion.
For me, it was just cute plushie. I didn't think much about it, and for you, it had like the deep meaning. That's so interesting. But it does show again that people, see meaning behind art sometimes where you don't.
Right.
Which is the point of art. That's why museums, like art museums, are a thing. And people are like, you just look at pictures, and people don't really understand. Like, people feel something or connect something with it. I'm almost tearing up that you had a connection to a drawing that I made. Oh my god. Ugh.
And next we have two little characters here.
Oh.
Our little last second additions to the stream banner and the overlay. But they are adorable as fuck.
I used a base from Mr. Cactus because me and Total talked, and he had the idea of like little chibis, like Higurashi chibis for like characters. And I'm just so busy with rigging and working on the animation in general for Studio Weeb Studio, got the name. It escaped me. I was like, okay, if I just use a little chibi base, because I bought a pack that I could use like terms of use or like do whatever you want with them, just credit me. And I was like, hell yeah. So these were like cat girls, cat girl bodies, doing little like knee up pose. And I was like, perfect. Their hands could hold up something. They just erased the ears and the little tail and turned Shion and Mion into it. It was lots of fun.
I'm glad I get to show them in full right now, because the banner I found covers up their entire lower half. But you actually did really well, especially with the hair and the outfits.
Thank you. I did Shion first, because I drew her before, so I kind of had muscle memory on how to draw her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I realized I forgot her cufflinks in your art. When I did her, I was like, oh no. Oh no. It's fine, she took them off to hold the Totodile better.
Yeah.
And then I tried Mion. So first I started out of her outfit, which was easier than Shion's because the skirt is longer.
Mm-hmm.
But the hair, I was struggling. So I copied Shion's hair.
It's perfectly fine to do.
I just changed the back part because they're twins. They look the same.
It's
they
such
look the
an
same.
easy way to get away with it. Instead of like, oh, here's a Rena and here's one other, like a Rika.
Exactly. I would have loved to do more, but I just didn't have the time, sadly.
I'd love to swap them out
like
with
them.
like different ears or something.
Oh my god. But who's actually Shion or Mion? Maybe I swapped them.
True.
Maybe they're pretending to be each other.
Maybe they're both Shion.
Maybe.
Maybe one's secretly the third character peon, which is the yellow meme one.
Oh god, I forgot about that one. Oh, that is an old Higurashi meme.
Mhm. um, but those are the end of the ones that you sent me. I have some other little surprises
Oh, surprise! All
that
right,
I've
surprise me
kept saved for so long.
for so long. Oh no! Now the expose comes out. You were here when the arson happened. Oh no. Ah,
It's not a
I'm
stream for me if there's no school days reference.
school days.
And
I also did this piece, as you can tell. I am an artist gets paid a lot for my commissions. So, hit me up. 20 mil.
so for context, obviously these aren't the top quality stuff. This is a channel point redeem she has on her streams when she does art. It's is it bad drawing time?
Yeah, it's bad drawing
And
time.
it's
So basically what I
intentionally
do is,
show shit posting.
yeah, any character, as long as it's like Twitch safe, of course. You can send me any character you want or any prompt, and I will draw it like a third grader, basically. I don't care about the pressure of the pen, not really the colors or the lines. I just really go full stickman mode and just go silly with it. Because usually sketching and drawing takes me a few hours, and I wanted to do something like, oh, I'll sketch something for you in 5 minutes, but I'm not a fast sketcher,
Mhm.
and in 5 minutes, people get like maybe 2 lines from what they want. I was like, okay, I'm bad when I'm fast, so people get that. And people have been loving it. They
Oh, I love it.
request a lot.
I've already made you do like pretty much the whole Higu main cast.
Oh god, yeah.
Sadly, I think most of those are lost to time, and I didn't get to save all of them.
Oh, I still have them. I have them at
You have
the
all of
drawing
them?
time folder.
Oh hell
Mm-hmm.
yeah!
I do.
I've got
I can
obviously the Kotonoha. I think somewhere I still have. You made a Cube one for me.
Oh god,
My
the
little
little evil thing.
my little. No, get out of here! I don't want your cheap viewers, you fucking bitch.
Matthews Jordan, how could you?
I spit on you, heathen.
Phew, phew. Disgusting.
Yeah, we have expensive taste here, so you can tell by this Shion. What a what a difference here between that Shion and that Shion. That Shion. We got the whole three-peat here.
Uh, it's like, is she before her coffee? Oh my god. Oh my god, Shia, what I've done to you.
That's
She
how
doesn't
I
even have
speak.
legs.
Yeah, this is the fan service episode of Kira. This is that Shion.
Oh, that reminds me, like, anime is done and then there's like a little, like 5 minutes or like a minute, like after show thing with that's not really canon, but the characters are silly goofy. I feel like that would fit in there. Just like,
This is like high school
yeah.
DD or high school with the dead Shion.
I was like, okay, what characteristics does Shion have? She's a sister of the boobs.
Booba sister.
Uh,
Hell yeah.
yeah. She's flying with them. That's why she doesn't have the legs. They're
And
actually, holding her up.
here's her sister.
Oh god, her vest. Oh
Her
no.
her
Neon.
slightly phallic vest.
Oh, I remember drawing it. I wanted Mion to have a crazy look in the eye. I
Mhm.
remember. That was a choice. Oh god, I see it. Oh no. But this is what Kiichi sees. That's his POV, guys.
Are these all the Keiichi POV? Except for the
Yeah,
Kizuna.
yeah, probably. He's been hit so many times in the head, that's just how he sees people.
I could see it. And then to cap off the ones that I have saved is the bad drawing time Higu that started it all. The Nopa.
Oh no. The Nopa. Oh. This is what happens when you make Rika angry. No more Nipa. It's only Nopa.
Nopa has become kind of like my little hidden inside joke. Because it was me and Tanner, who is in prison. But we loved this art so much. This was our shit. We would say no pa to
I'm
each other constantly if we were angry about the
I'm
slightest inconvenience.
I am so glad it's become a thing.
It became
It does seem like something she would do though.
the no pa is part of the one post I've ever made on Instagram where it's like life is never any existential pain, no pa.
Oh god, someday I have to like make a high definition version of it. Just a fully rendered Rika. You know, arms on her side. Little speech bubble saying Nopa.
Was this the first bad drawing time I redeemed? It had to have been.
I think it was. I think it was, yeah. Because I know you started with Rika. And then
I think I
you
went
went down
to
the list
Uru.
of others. And then you made me draw that one guy. That one guy from Clannad.
Oh yeah, I made you do Sunohara. I forgot about that. Because I hated that
Yeah,
fucker.
I did not.
I completely
Yeah,
forgot
I
about that
also
one.
I drew Hanyu and a really sickly looking Satoko. I have Kichi as well. Wait, I can send them to you.
Sick.
They look so messed up.
Let me see. I think I can screenshot you. Oh my god, the Keiichi. I forgot he kind of looked like Sid the Sloth.
Yeah, because I hate him. I hate him. I wanted him to be side-eyed.
Let me fix the so everyone
You
can
can
see.
tell. You can tell what characters I don't like.
Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. There. Oh, Keiichi, the Sid the Sloth Keiichi. It's gonna be hard for me to swap back and forth. Hold on.
Oh, he's stunning. He's a stunner.
Gave him the classic shirt. Should have been the vest, but
He doesn't deserve the vest. He's not cool enough to get the vest.
the vest is pure drip. Everyone can shit on all they want. I love the vest. And then there's the totally not depressed Sachiko.
She's having a good time. And what brother?
This is her after the 1500 seconds.
Oh my god. I love how her headband fits perfectly into the dark mode of Discord.
Do you still have the Sunohara?
Sunahara, I don't think so.
Oh, good. He doesn't deserve to be saved. I know somewhere I have the Cube one. I just don't remember where.
Oh, I have it. Wait.
Cube, if you don't know, is the little cat guy from Madoka Magica. My based little creature of existence. Existentialism. Cosmic horror.
Oh. In what
in
folder did I put the
contracts.
little fella?
My king.
The little fella's hiding. Because I know I saved them on the wrong folder. And I just stuck there forever. I think he taunted me once. He's for sure in a Discord.
He would be in the Discord, yeah.
Alright.
I don't know if I sent it or if you sent it in your
It
journaling
has
section.
image. Alright, I'm scrolling. I'll get him. People will have to see him. He's something. I think it was like the last 10 minutes of stream as well when I drew him.
It was, because did I redeem Sunohara the same stream?
I don't think so. I think it was just QB because it's like one redeem per stream. There's so much cursed art here. I'm going for memory lane.
Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. We're going over some of the more interesting quote unquote art that Kitten's made over the years.
It's my masterpieces there. They all cost like 1,000 each. Very hard to produce.
Mm-hmm.
They come from my innermost mind.
Show you her more top quality art since you just got in.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
While in comparison, there's just the Satoko and the Keiichi. The picture you've seen, of course. And then our little critters.
All right.
If you can't find
I found the little guy.
You found him?
Yeah, I got him.
Hell yeah. My king. Show me my child.
My PC was like, I don't want to save it, and I kind of forced it to save it.
There he is.
He's drinking chalky milk.
I forgot about that part.
Oh.
I think it was because I was drinking a chocolate milk at the time. Look
I think it's because you drank out of the carton.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the day after that stream.
Because the Totodile was streaming, and Toto was streaming, I think, the Leprechaun movies.
Was it the Leprechaun one, or was it the School Days one? It might have been Leprechaun.
I think it was But I saw Totodile drink out of a carton, and I assumed it was juice. I didn't know it was chocolate milk. I got the full woman mode out. I was like, get a glass! Get a glass! And the men in chat were like, no, real men drink from cartons. And it was like, disgusting. It was downvoted. So that's why QB is drinking chalky milk straight out of the carton, like the heathen that he is.
Like the based king he is. Who can do...
Oh no, it wasn't it was just like a...
So with that, the final question I have for you is the one that I ask everyone. Being, what has Higurashi meant to you?
Childhood? That's a very broad term, but for me it's just like the feeling of, what happened when I first discovered anime, summer vacation, discovering like actual anime, after that I started watching Parasite, tried getting into Tokyo Ghoul, it just kind of sparked my passion for anime. And just when you first start watching anime seriously and you can like binge one season a day, you get like multiple animes done in a month, and then that power's lost you forever. And Higurashi just reminds me of that, just in discovering it, enjoying it all, connecting with the fandom, and my friends over it. That was fun. And it has a place in my heart. It's not my favorite series. Like over the years my taste changed a lot. I now like Berserk. That's my like number one manga that I like. It's still very dark, still very real with the themes. Um, but Higurashi just has a place in my heart that's just like it doesn't go away. Like I said, the nostalgia will always be there. The old one will be the best of the best, no matter what.
Hell
And
yeah.
that's just Higurashi to me. A bit sappy, but
Um, do you have any like questions for me before we end off, or anyone in chat have questions for
um,
Kitten before we go?
you can ask me anything. But what character do you despise in Higurashi? Like, is there a character you actually cannot stand?
I, other than like Tepe for obvious reasons, just 'cause he's a fucking piece of shit. Um, Satoko and Gosotsu is really bad.
Oh God, it's not Tuko.
She's a great character in the first series, but she just becomes so insufferable in Gosotsu.
Oh yeah, she's such a little shit. Um, all right, Hunteru, who is my favorite Higo character? I did explain in long from earlier, but it's Shion and Rika. They're my two favorites. Because with Shion, it's her personality that I like the shyness and cuteness. And Rika is just, something that lurks within her, which I like. Little like, oh, she's just a cute little Rika, the little side character that everyone underestimates, and then she's so important to everything. So that's why I like them. Hate Satoko though.
And then Crew had a question for you.
Oh, all right. Oh, who would I consider my artistic inspiration? Ooh, that's a good one. I could even send you guys the links in chat so you guys could see the art where I get my inspiration from.
Don't post links in chat, or
So,
we'll time you out.
oh no, I forgot. Okay, well I'll just name them. The first and main one is Rosebell Art.
If
I
you
talk about
send
her
me
a
the link, I
lot
can
in
post it.
general. Um, she draws some more spicy things. She also draws for big corporations, but she has like this shoujo moe style that I like a lot. That's really cute. Um, then there's a friend of mine. I actually, you know, started falling for her art, and then we became friends through coincidence. It's Tiki Torchies. She's a more realistic type of style and shading, which I really enjoy. And then there's just older artists in general. Like I just love art. I love expressionism. I love realism, lighting, just art in general. Just captures something in me that is hard to explain. But these are like the two main artists that I look at for art inspiration, or whose style I'm trying to get more close to.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that is basically. I'm an art nerd.
We love to see it.
Yeah. Everyone, you should follow Totodile as well. He may not do art, but the streams are masterpieces.
I try. Follow Kitten as well on her socials that I have scrolling under her. She streams art. She streams games.
Yes, yes. It's very chaotic. It's not really as chill as Totodile. Lots of bullying, orphans.
Very much so.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
But with that, unless any more questions come up, I'm going to find who we're going to rate out to.
Oh, a raid.
Yes, always.
It's gonna be fun.
Um, is there anyone other than myself streaming Higurashi?
This is what I mean with that it needs to become a trend. Like, if Higurashi becomes a trend, imagine the heights it could reach.
There is, but I think they're French.
Oh no, not the French. Yeah, yeah. It's I kind of forced Totodile into my time zone with this.
This other one's Russian. Oh boy. All foreign language. It's gonna be so awkward.
Yeah, this is why I stream Dragon Quest. I think I'm the only English speaking person that does. The rest are all Japanese or French.
Yeah, it was good to have like an early stream. Especially oh, I guess before we raid, I guess I should go over the next streams.
Oh yeah, there's more. There's more.
Yeah. That'd be smart. Um I might stream tomorrow for Watsunagashi. Probably VHS editing, something short and quick to do. Or working on the What Higurashi Means to You video that we're putting together to give or send to Ryukishi himself. Um, Next interview, I think, is the 23rd. Let me check. And that is with Bess. And that one will also probably be early since she is UK time.
Oh, perfect. I can also join that.
That one and Hedgehogs, I both worry about going 6 hours. Could even break the
Oh
record,
hell
we'll
yeah.
see. Um,
Oh my god, new world record. 8 month long stream. Non-stop Higurashi.
of course, that's the only way to do it. Let me check and make sure that this is the 23rd and not the 22nd. Yes, June 23rd will be best. Probably same time, 1 or 2 CST. And then Hedgehog will be the 29th. And then the 30th will
Wow, that sounds
be
fun.
the showing off people's art from the Matsuri art challenge.
Oh, I've seen people participate and it looks so good so far.
Mm-hmm. I there's someone. Oh, Sobarika here in chat. They have been going really hard on doing those.
Oh, perfect. I can't wait to see like the compilation of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw them on my feed and I like them all the time. They're so good. Yeah, you guys should watch all the interviews coming up and the videos that will be up
And then Wednesdays
after
I'll be
this.
doing the VN readings. So hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Diving into the lore.
I generally just don't know who to write into. Is there someone streaming School Days?
Oh god.
I'm just trying to find stuff
I
that
remember
I'm.
school days.
Just trying to find stuff that I'm like into. There's like no one else streaming shit that I'd stream.
It's a very niche of niches.
This is the downside to streaming VNs is because raiding into people, there's like no one doing them.
Maybe Clanad?
Clan, yeah, I could check that out. Yeah, thank you guys all for coming in. Thank you for all the follows too. That I got. I think there was like 3 or 4 new followers. No, no one's streaming
Yeah.
Clan.
I'll
White
make
Album
everyone
2,
popular.
please. No. Doki Doki, that's gotta have
You're
someone.
You're starving out here.
Yeah, we were
Oh,
talking about the art
hell yeah.
challenge, and I was saying that you were going like really hard on those,
Yeah,
and
and
I
that
really
I
appreciate it.
really liked what I saw.
Hmm.
Like they're gonna be so impressive when like the big art reveal stream comes.
You know what? We're gonna go to a Doki Doki streamer. I don't know who this is.
Ah, Doki Doki, the most wholesome game ever.
Hell yeah. Hopefully, we will spread the gospel of Higurashi to them, show them a real horror VN.
Oh God,
Yes, tomorrow is the
spreading the
Watsunegashi
word.
prompt. So yeah, thank you guys again for coming in and spending time
Yeah,
with us. Hope
I
to
had
see
lots
you
of
all
fun.
next Sunday and Wednesday if possible for the VN readings.
10 out of 10 interviewer.
Of course, Hunter.
Yeah,
Um,
and remember, watch Higurashi.
yes, watch Higurashi, read Higurashi, watch Euphoria.
Breathe, Higurashi. No, 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 I don't condone this.
Yes.
I unsign that statement.
But alright, we're gonna raid out, so see
Bye
y'all
bye,
next
everyone. Bye
time.
bye. Thank you. Bye
I will
bye.
hydrate quickly. Thank you.
Me too. Me too. I'll hydrate by association.
And then we'll raid out after the hydrate.
Hydrate cat girls, guys. Good hydration.
Hydration Nation.